When you're sewing with a sewing machine, half of your project is taming the machine. Whenever you're doing a sewing project with the sewing machine, a big part of that project is the machine. These machines have adjustments so that they can do a host of different things. They can sew different thicknesses of materials. They can use different sizes of thread. So whenever you start a new project, you have different materials. You're using different thread. Maybe you change the size of the needle. All these things you need to get dialed in so that you're making good stitches so that your seams look the way you want them to look. So that your seams are strong, right? They look good. So whenever I'm sewing a project and I'm getting ready to sew my cutout pieces, I don't want to mess those up. So I want to make sure that I got my tension set. I want to make sure that my stitch length is right. You know, one of the better ways to do that is just to do a little test strip. So I got these scraps from where I cut out my pieces for my project. So on this project, I'm quilting these two pieces together. So I'll just mock it up like I'm going to do it. So I got my two pieces. I'm going to quilt, and we'll just look at it. So now I look at this, and I just make a judgment, you know, and you're going to make a judgment based on, well, is that the stitch length that you want? For me, I'm going to say yes, but my tension is not quite right here. So this gives me an opportunity to dial in my tension, check my thread path, that kind of thing. Tighten her up a little bit. Let's try it again. You know, if I'm doing a project and I'm trying to dial it in, well, I would have had a messed up stitch line right here. I like the look of my stitch length and tension, so don't be afraid. The best thing to do is just make an adjustment, sew a line. Make an adjustment, sew a line. Eventually you'll get your machine dialed in, so this little bit of time that you spend before you actually start sewing your project is going to pay off. And you're going to be happier because you're not going to be struggling with the machine. Do some test strips before you start your project. You'll get your machine all set up, and basically you'll set yourself up for success. Now that I'm all set up, I can start my project with confidence.